Peasant Productions presents the mathematics of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. I'm using the example of thinking for yourself and how things around you try to limit what you think about so that your choices are very simple. Whether it is, people who believe in things like the religions, okay, this Bible in particular teaches that the meek shall inherit the earth. Obviously the people that wrote it weren't the meek. They were both the 0.001% elite rich, okay, the Roman Empire, the aristocratia of the Roman Empire created this book. They took the Jewish religion, which by all historical stuff was written and created by a small splinter group of aristocratia who weren't in favor with the masses. So they stepped to one side and they created a religion based on the idea that they were punished, that they were being persecuted by everybody else, and that they were the special chosen people of God, and therefore you didn't challenge them, you didn't challenge their beliefs, because you had to go and stand in front of a God and argue that the God was wrong, or argue that they were wrong. And of course that was absolute taboo. That's why churches, as a rule, guard their own historical evidence. And they are very, very finicky about anybody coming and looking at it. They definitely don't want anyone just coming in and meandering around. The Vatican will not let you just walk in and look around to see what you can find, okay? You have to know exactly the specific piece you're looking for. The Jewish hierarchy, same thing. The Muslim is so bad that it's very common for them to give death threats just for somebody drawing a cartoon about their religion being bad, okay? That is how specifically censorshiped aristocratia it is. Okay, you think about a king or a queen. Off with his head! Yes, exactly. If you do not believe what a king wants you to believe, you got killed. What does a religion do? If you don't believe what they believe, you get killed, you get damned, you get condemned and sent out, you get burned at the stake, okay? You get in some way, shape, or form executed for your life, your lifestyle, whatever you are. They do not in any way show acceptance, okay? Buddhism, which is a tad bit more acceptable. Hinduism, which is, again, a whole lot more acceptable of other religions and other beliefs than any of the four main religions, dominating the planet right now and killing anybody that doesn't believe in them, or subjecting you to slavery so that you will accept their personal beliefs. You either live by their beliefs or you die by their beliefs, okay? You're with me or you're against me. Notice how there is always this one or the other choice. There's no middle ground, okay? I'm an artist, okay? And I don't remember exactly when I wrote it or when I first started using the line, but I do know that probably around 1978, 79, I, in one of my sketchbooks, wrote down the statement that there is no black, there is no white. There is no light to light and varying shades of colors in between. Now, if an artist, which is oftentimes the most abused and persecuted profession on the planet can understand that there is so much out there, and there are so many things to see, and there are so many things to try and do and challenge and experiment with. And the artist is reputably and factually most likely the beginning of astrology, which became astronomy, alchemy, which became the chemist, which became the quantum physicist, the healer, who became the naturalist, who is now the big pharma that creates drugs specifically designed to cause you to have a chemical imbalance, so you will in fact be an addict of their drugs. Okay, big pharma is extremely bad. Okay, the idea of what big pharma is supposed to be for is not bad. There is nothing wrong with making penicillin and manufacturing it in mass product and putting it out to the world to use, to heal people. There's nothing wrong with that. The overconsumption of penicillin, ampicillin, tetracycline, okay, the antibiotic line, to the point where you have created superbugs that you simply cannot do anything about with anything in big pharma. The fact that you are causing mutation because you are dumping so much of these antibiotics into farm feed, and you are putting the farm feed into these big mass production, pig farms and chicken farms and turkey farms and cow farms, and you have huge quantities, even in the fishing industry, where you have the fish farming. They are putting antibiotic into the food, and let's face it, folks, animals don't eat on plates, and they don't get out the broom and sweep up afterwards. So whether it's a fish farm or a pig farm, some of that food ends up on the ground, which means that antibiotic ends up in the ground, in the water supply, in the environment, and you literally create things that you have no control over. You have no concept of where it's even going to come from. Okay? Now, once again, I can pick up this book in Revelations. What's it say? You are going to have plagues unleashed on you. And they will be plagues created by mankind. Now, Revelations in a preacher's hand, oh, it's going to be those other sinners. No. Even I have to worry about the fact that I'm going to be one of those people that could drop dead from the plague, because I don't have any greater protection than anybody else. I have the wisdom and knowledge to know it is coming. I have the wisdom and knowledge to know what kind of things might be helpful and how to live so that I am in a better place to be. But I got a physical body, just as any preacher does of any religion. He ain't pure, he ain't got his head screwed on straight, and he don't know what he's talking about because he's never, ever in his life dealt with a prophecy. Me? 1960, I was told I'm going to witness the death of the human race. I will see you all die. There will be nothing of humanity left alive on this planet before I die. Interesting concept to spend your whole life living. I created the International Space Station to make you people think about the fact that you had one planet. I have written, I have done art, I have done photography, I have helped people, I have been a healer, I have challenged every religion and every place you can possibly imagine. I have done what the God said I would do. I have gone out and tried to help you be a better race, a better people, a better thing. Yet stop and think about it. In almost every instance, Western society has murdered anybody bringing peace to the planet. Other religions in Asia, subcontinent Asia, East Asia, you have basically tried to figure out some way of making a product to sell out of it. Okay? You have not bothered to care about the fact that your wise people go up into the mountains and become enlightened. You don't care about the fact that, you know, things are happening. But you, again, provide that one or the other type of thing. You're either a member of society or you're a religious person that walks out of it all and accomplishes nothing, and you're a poor beggar. Okay? The outcasts, the untouchables, even, you know. I mean, the untouchable is not a religious person. The untouchable is basically the peon in America. Okay, the middle class American is now a peon. You are the person that absolutely everything above you is pissing down on. So you are given only two choices when in reality you have a myriad of choices. You have many, many different things that you can look at, that you can challenge, that you can talk about, that you can adjust your life to or with. You have many tools available to you, but you talk of having only one thing, of having this or that, God or devil. Like I said, you walk onto the spiritual plane, any demon is also a god. Any spiritual entity can be a good guy or a bad guy or a neutral guy or girl or transsexual or neuter. Okay? You folks don't have a frickin' clue, but you're willing to tell everybody that you have Coke or Pepsi. You don't want to look at anything more than two choices. So, you limit yourself, and that is why you don't think for yourself. The people that do think for themselves, especially right now in the current state of the world, are literally the people that are getting challenged and killed on a daily basis. The people that have proof of their existence as trying to help are being shut down. Because nobody wants to listen, nobody wants to learn, and nobody wants to think for themselves.